What is going on, Brent's friends? It is your boy Izzy3Gs here, and today I'm bringing you another commentary for over a competitive game set here. This is gonna be Blitz today, actually. I didn't mind Blitz towards the beginning as much. It was kind of frustrating to play just because people camped so much on the objectives, and I could not stand it being in the competitive game mode. But now that I kind of play it a lot through the COD Esports competitive playlist, I'm starting to get a feel for it. It's actually one of my favorite game modes now, surprisingly. Go from a hate to a love relationship right there, because at the beginning when I started playing this game type, I couldn't stand it, man. People were just camping on the entire flag every single time, and no one would rush. It would be literally like a 2-point, 3-point game, which the pros kind of play a 2 to 3 point game on some maps just because they all know where each other are going because they're so good. But it's usually for me a 8 to 10 point game, depending on how good the people are on the other team. This one ends up going a little higher than that. I think we tie at the end of this match, but just kind of wanted to put some different game footage out there besides Search and Destroy or whatever I've been playing a lot. I do play a lot of Search. I enjoy it. It's probably my favorite game type. It's been in Call of Duty since COD 4 back in the day when competitive Call of Duty really kind of branched off as its own thing. But they introduce new game modes usually every couple years or every Call of Duty sometimes, whereas last year in Black Ops 2 there was Hardpoint, and then Capture the Flag was not new, but they took Capture the Flag out of this game and replaced it with Blitz. So excuse me, just kind of putting my intake on this game mode. Basically, it's kind of got the same principle as Capture the Flag without the principle of cutoffs are not needed as much. They are still needed in this game mode, just so you can push out through different areas of the map and kind of get vision of the map, so you know where your teammates are and then where the enemy team is. If you kill the enemy team, if you can push up in that certain area of the map. So there's a lot of strategy that goes into this game type, such as obviously the map control, like I was kind of explaining, and then winning your gunfights is probably the biggest part in this game mode, because there's only 4 people to cover a very versatile area of the map, and if one person dies, it's kind of hard for someone to rotate if they don't win their gunfight. So if someone rotates, it's fine, but they gotta win that gunfight, or else there's no one to back up on defense unless you're sending 2 people defense on this map or any other Blitz map, which a lot of people do. They usually have 2 Slayers or 2 defense players, maybe 1 spawn trapper that kind of watches the cross spawn on certain maps. Or on this map, it's above the 18-wheeler. I believe you watch the little trailer park in the back area. So usually people run 2 offensive Slayers and then 1 defense player or 2 defensive players. It all just depends on your play style, how your team navigates the map. But I'm starting to like Blitz again, just because I'm learning how to push out on most of the maps that have Blitz on it. I think it's Warhawk, Freight, and then Octane that have the Blitz maps on them. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that's what the 3 Blitz maps are, because there's not all of them can really have that Blitz feel to it. It's just not have as good a flow to it as the other maps do, which is considerable. But you know, I mean, they do their best to try to make this game as competitive as possible, which so far they've done all right. I mean, it's not an awful game that people try to make it out as. I mean, they're listening to the community a lot more, which is nice. They've already came out with patches. I explained that in my last video yesterday about them actually listening to different gun changes, bans, perk changes, patch updates, just different stuff. So they are listening to us, which is good. Usually Infinity Ward's kind of a more casual gamer type of game, whereas now they're kind of moving to that more competitive hardcore type of player mindsets, where not everyone wants to just be a casual gamer. There's a lot of people that take this seriously, such as myself. So they put that into consideration and kind of listen to the community on parts of things like that. But I'm kind of going off topic here.
Oh my god, can I get it?
Just kind of explaining me going into
it.
Blitz. I used to hate it at the beginning of the game. Didn't mind it towards the first couple months, but right at the beginning, I just couldn't stand it, man. It was just awful for me. And people that were playing it, they just like, why is this in a competitive game set? No one wants to play a game mode where there's two people sitting on the flag that you can't cap, and they're just gonna sit there the entire game, and it was just awful. But now that they've kind of people have kind of progressed towards the game, it's only a couple months old. People tend to forget that. People can learn a lot in a couple of months if you grind the game out enough. People are gonna get good at it. They're gonna know what areas of the map to push, which is kind of the position I'm in right now. Kind of took a break from competitive Call of Duty for about a month, and then I went back after they got that patch, and I'm starting to learn the maps a little bit more and navigate them differently than I did at the beginning of the game when I liked Blitz. And now I'm starting to like Blitz. It's probably my favorite game mode right now, just because it takes so much communication from your team. You gotta have an OBJ person no matter what. OBJ stands for objective player. They basically just run the flag no matter what. Try to get up and personal in their spawn and try to take out their defender, which in this case it's usually Bugs who does that. He's really good with his SMG rushes on Blitz. He just has a niche for it, so usually we let him run the OBJ and try to get as many points as he can. I'm usually a Slayer or a Defender. I can do both. It really all depends on who, or I mean, I shouldn't say who, what map we're playing, just because I'm a very versatile player. I can play both SMG and AR. I'm a little bit better of an AR player, but my SMG skill is proven itself in this game already. So it's not a bad thing to have both weapons in your pocket, if you will, because I mean it can be more versatile for your team. It can make you guys have different strategies instead of running the same gun every single game. You gotta have to have a different side of you instead of just one side of you, so people can't read you as well. But kind of going off topic again. I tend to do that a lot. Sorry guys. When I do commentaries, I rant. It's just the way I do it. I've always done it that way. I've always talked to people that way about stuff that I really enjoy talking about. I just kind of rant on different details that I'm thinking about in my head. So sorry about that. I'm trying to get better at commentaries, not trying to go off on a tangent as much, but I get a sick two-piece right there. If I would have turned around and got that three-piece, that would have been so ill. But I'm kind of went to explaining my role as a player in Blitz. It really all depends on the map and then what weapon you're going to be using, because I'm mostly an AR player, but I do have my SMG role like I was talking about earlier. I mean, for this map, if you're kind of slaying past the objective, you want to use an SMG on the right side of the map, because it's pretty close quarters, and sometimes on the left side of the map too. It just really all depends on your location, like I was talking about. So it's really all personal preference, but for this game I ended up using the Vector just because these guys were really reckless. They were rushing me like crazy. I don't know how that guy did not die, but these guys are rushing me like crazy, and I just tried to get up in their face, slay them out as quick as possible so Sean could get those OBJ runs. He's got 10 caps right now, which is awesome for Blitz. I end up getting like 30 kills or something like that. I go off this game, but we end up tying at the end, I believe. So basically what me and Sean are doing in this is I'm kind of slaying out and then baiting for him. So when I go to the flag, I bait for this guy and I let Sean cap it so I can control the spawns a little bit. I make a dumb move here, I believe, just sitting on it, because I didn't know exactly where they're going to spawn if I pushed up that much, but he did end up spawning right next to me, which is kind of unfortunate. But basically Blitz, the whole game mode itself is just kind of slaying out your area of the map, winning that gunfight. If you win that gunfight, that puts 1 to 2 players down. That makes your team push up, hold them in that niche of a spawn trap, and then push through their base and just try to relay that flag. And then once you relay that flag, you gotta rotate back to your base so that they don't relay your flag. So it's a whole lot of strategy that goes into the game type. I just love it. I can't get enough of Blitz right now. It's just so fun, so fast paced sometimes, and you really gotta think of what the other team's gonna be doing. They can be flanking, they can be sneaking, they can throw smokes and just rush the objective, which some teams do. But I'm just enjoying it right now than I did before Blitz got popular into Call of Duty esports, because not a lot of people liked it. So it's my favorite game mode, game type right now for competitive. So I'm really enjoying it. Hope you guys are too, because it's gonna be here for the whole year. I don't think they're gonna be adding hard points here anytime soon, in my personal opinion. If they did, that would be awesome. But that's a whole different commentary. I'm gonna stop going off of topic here. I just wanted to post a video of me kind of slaying out. I go 31-16, not the best score, but I tried to do my job, bait the objective so Sean could run through and get caps. But I'm running out of time here, guys. Don't want to take any more of your day, but I also want to thank you for watching. We hit 4 subscribers yesterday, which is awesome. Can't get enough support from you guys. If you liked the video, comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys later. Peace out!